some of these around his ankles. He probably does.
Yeah. Oh, well, he like that too.
Like I said, I know a lot of people know your grandparents, Chris, and they know the stories from the the movies and all that other stuff. But tell us about yourself. Like what are you all about, and what's the foundation all about? Yeah, leave me out. You've been trying to leave me out of this whole show.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been crazy. So yeah, everybody, just so you all know tonight, Dana is going to actually kind of run the show. How did I scare you?
Because you were get ready. I wasn't
because you don't have the headphones on.
I know.
So you can't hear what's going on. So hey everybody, welcome back to Boo Bites on the Paranormal once again. All one of you. So who's joining us? Go ahead and say hello in the comments and let us know who's here. What are you doing?
So I can respond to comments. There's 2 people now.
Oh, sweet.
3.
Uh-oh. That's a world record. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, see, you scared somebody off.
Now,
okay, it's back to 3.
Now, we, hey, Amber, how you doing? So, yeah, we should probably get to more of a schedule like we used to have than people kind of expect it. But
yep.
We just decided the other night, hey, we're going to go live on Saturday, and just for the heck of it, we got nothing else to do, so let's go for it. So, Amber, have you been watching the YouTube stuff lately?
Jason Cummings.
Oh, Jason's on too. Hey, Jason, how you doing? It's good to see you guys here. I see you guys are as exciting as we are on a Saturday night, sitting at home, just chilling on YouTube and Facebook. So,
well, you're chilling on YouTube.
Yeah.
Me maybe on Facebook.
I'm glad to have you guys. So you watched the Dow one? Yeah, we actually did that. When did we do that? That was a couple years ago.
Oh, it's been like in 2019.
Yeah, we did that over at her mom's house, and I didn't explain this in the video, and I meant to, but the EVP that we got was actually them talking upstairs. It was coming through the closed chute.
Yeah, there was a closed chute, and then probably 25, 30 yards down.
Yeah, you could be watching from a bar. You never know. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
True.
Well, you should have invited us because. Yeah. So we got a few things to talk about tonight. Do you want to start with talking about ideas for candle names, or
so
tell what you're selling? And
we are going to be at Midwest Parafest 5 in Toledo, and because actually Amber gave us some great ideas that we're going to be doing.
Just remember, the most important thing is buy my shit. Just remember
See, I can't hear it, so I don't know what the heck you're doing. So
yeah,
and then I asked him, should I put headphones on? He goes, no, you won't need them. So I can't hear any of the little joke things he's putting on there.
We're trained professionals. So
whatever. So we actually are doing, I'm actually learning to make candles, but the candles I'm going to make them not your normal candles. So I need to have names and scents for weird names that kind of deal with paranormal, or with mediumship or the psychic, Reiki, things like that. And then the scents that would go with them. I know I'm going to do a lot of more I won't do flowery scents because I don't like the flowery things, so I won't do those. But I know I just did a sandalwood candle today, so we'll see how that goes. But
so we'll have to burn that.
Yeah, I know. I can't
test them.
We got to test all the candle scents that I do.
Hold up. The Green Swamp medium is coming in.
Oh boy.
Amber or Jason, if either of you want a reading, let me know, because I'm really feeling something. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So so if anybody has ideas on scents that would be kind of creepy or deal with the paranormal, and maybe the name to do, and then the scent that you think should go with it. Because I found some kind of different types of scents, so that I can get the oils for to make the candle. So I'm looking just for like some inspiration.
I think we need one called Bob Larson. No, I mean, if you've been watching the YouTube series, and I'm talking to the people that maybe watch this like after the fact, but it's funny because so we did a video about the doll.
Mm-hmm.
That got more. Let's see, in about 12 hours, that got more views than the one that I did on Bob Larson. I spent 30 hours making the Bob Larson video, and about 2 or 3 making the doll one. So it's just funny. Apparently, though, like you guys always do. Oh, you're at Ashland. Yeah, Jerry, we want to have you on.
I know. We said he was just saying we have to do one where we plan it that you're with us on the show because we haven't done one of those in a while with all 3 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I told you got to kind of keep those YouTube videos to 15 minutes.
It's some of them are so hard though because like like with the Bob Larson stuff and the fake exorcist stuff, you've got to lay out your case.
Part 1, part 2, part 3.
But part 2 got more views than part 1.
Well,
so
part 2 might have been better.
It actually, I'm pretty proud of part 2. I'm going to go ahead and show a part of part 2 because everything we do, I've got to add humor to it. Otherwise, I'll seriously drive myself crazy because watching some of these guys, it's so maddening. The fake pastors, fake priests, fake exorcists, that has bothered me for a long, long, long time. And so like I really do get way over mad than I should get. But
yeah, but the one you were showing me the other day about Taylor Swift and Kevin Costner, I'm like seriously.
That's Bob Larson. So let's go ahead and play this little clip from this is Bob Larson part 2 or Fake Exorcist part 2.
I want you dentist to say in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
I break the curse.
I break the curse.
Of death.
Of death.
Of mammon.
Of mammon.
And Thor.
How did Beardo get brought into this? That's what I want to know. So there you have it. That's just a little clip of back to the comments. That's just a little clip of what we're doing. Like I said, I have to add humor to this stuff, but trust me, there's some very, very serious points to make. I'm going to go ahead and so Amber had some names here. You seeing that?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So write it down because you got more angle there than I do.
Yeah. Yeah, our studio is about 5 by 5.
And it's kind of funny because the tin, one of the tins I put that in has like a more like galaxy look to it. So that's kind of interesting. It's like, oh, that one's cool too.
I'm writing it down. You're not going to require any royalties or anything, are you, for these? Because we ain't making money, trust me.
Yeah.
I mean, these, so we're doing the show, the Midwest Parafest.
Mm-hmm.
It's in
April 13th.
Okay, so April 13th.
At Oliver House.
Yep.
In Toledo.
Let's just say, and I don't want to talk about prices, but we would have to sell a lot of stuff to break even.
Yeah, but we did at Midwest the Old Mill.
Minus the stuff we bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's all good. I like to go to those, and those are fun too because you get to see people that you don't see, but maybe once or twice a year. And it's cool.
But this one we're doing more of like the bags, the paranormal, they're investigator bags. We got those. We have the blessing boxes. We have baskets that are going to be for healing baskets. So those will be something that are different. Maybe just let me be the first to buy a candle. If you want to, you will be one of the first ones that can buy a candle. Because the only reason I even started thinking about the candles is because I was going to buy candles to put in the baskets. They're like, why should I have to bump up the price more when I can do it? Oh, that's good. Ghostly go. if I make them, I can actually keep the cost of the baskets down so they're not more expensive. So.
Yeah.
So that is why we came up with making candles. So I made like I said, I made my first 2 candles today. They're cooling and drying. They got to dry for 48 hours.
You got
and then,
all kinds of like unique sage sticks though too.
Yes, I have. Yes, we have over 150 different. Well, it's 150 sage sticks. And I think there's 10 different varieties that I got. So there's 10 different ones.
Yeah.
There's some that are different and unique. We'll have the Native American Blessing.
Yep.
Well, the Native American Blessing mix that I do, we'll
Mhm.
have that. That has like tobacco, cedar, sweetgrass, and sage in it. And that one sells pretty.
Because we actually
well.
did a case that it was very, very likely, you know, we didn't actually go out and on-site investigate, but we did a case where Native American spirits were suspect. We really thought that that's what it was. And someone suggested to us, have the client leave an offering.
Mhm.
And we did that, and sure enough, I mean, boom. It honest to God, it cleared everything up. So I mean, we didn't even have to investigate.
and we gave the suggestion was basically everything I put in that
It was
Native American.
tobacco.
I put, well, there's some things I'm not gonna say I put in there because I
Yeah.
people wouldn't buy it. But I put tobacco, cedar, and lemongrass and sage are the main things I put in there. And they, I mean, we burn it here sometimes.
Was it cornmeal or something?
I am not telling you what I put in
Okay.
there.
Apparently we're not allowed to talk.
No, we're not gonna put. I'm not gonna say everything I put in that mix because that's one mix I make that
No.
I don't think everybody makes.
It's a Dana blend.
That's my. Yeah, it is actually. I call it my Native American blend. So.
So I mean, yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're putting together for this convention.
And then we have like different types of incense burners,
Mhm.
and we have weird and unusual like stickers for like
We got
put on.
boatload of incense too. Right?
Yeah,
What?
incense.
Boo! What are you doing?
But we have like different stickers with different themes. Got those.
She is not up to any good in there.
No, I can't remember what I'm starting to repack everything. So we do have geodes, break your own geodes so you
Yeah.
can get your own crystals. We have those. We have like little crystals, like pocket crystals. Some jewelry. I don't have a lot of jewelry, but we have some jewelry. I'm trying to think. What did Jason?
Just remember the most important thing is buy my shit.
Okay. So no, we joke about the buying stuff. I mean, we are obviously not making. Let's see. Jason bought cherry tobacco scented wax melts. Noticed more shadows. Oh wow.
And that is something I've noticed when I do burn anything with tobacco in it, that like my visions in that are more clear. And I so I know, and usually when we do full moon, anything with the full moon,
Yeah.
coffee, oh,
Yeah.
write that one down
Oh,
because
shit.
I can actually get a coffee scented oil. Oh, Jason, that is amazing. I already know which tin to put it in and everything. Oh my gosh, yes, that is awesome.
We're gonna have to cut them a check here, I think.
At this point, I think Amber and Jason will get to pick at least a candle. We'll give you guys a candle with one of our scents that we've done.
Do you guys have lots of issues with stuff in your house? I don't recall you guys talking about that before.
But yeah, so there's like some different things. Oh, paleo Santo sticks. I have those. I have some feathers.
Cedar.
I
Did you buy cedar?
yes,
sticks?
I got cedar.
Yep.
But I have some feathers. Like I said, there's so much stuff. I have like 2 cases of stuff back there that I'm going through. Plus, in my office, I have other stuff that I'm going to be going through. And
We probably have stuff that we forgot we had.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So we'll be going through all that stuff. And
Huh.
okay, I gotta go check on Boo because I hear. a
Yeah,
lot of
she
noise.
is getting into something she's not supposed to. one thing I want to give a shout out. So, a lot of people, well, I don't know if a lot of people know, but we're really trying to focus on some of our YouTube stuff this year. And like, to me, this is a huge deal. To a lot of YouTubers, this is nothing. We're at like 122 subscribers, which, ouch, get off my foot, is in the world of YouTube, that's nothing. But we went from 55 to 100. No, I take that back. 222. So we I'm really appreciative of all of them. But so we put out, I forgot where I was going. We put out a lot of YouTube content. We're gonna continue to do that. But one thing, so there's a lot of really, really cool YouTubers out there, people in the paranormal community. I wanted to shout out real quick and he's live now, so that's probably why everybody's over watching him. But Joe's live. I think Matt's live tonight.
Oh, yeah. So
I mean, there's a lot of
everybody's,
them.
yeah.
But Joe Vitale, he messaged me the other day. He's like, he's a bigger channel than me, and he wants to, help me get a little boost. So, he wanted to have me on a live show. And I just thought that was really, really cool. And a lot of the debunking people are that way. They really want to help out the smaller channels. I saw a video the other day that The Shape did. And if you're not following The Shape, go watch him. My eyes have been opened up to fake paranormal stuff, because I would always watch these shows and know, like, okay, I can't point it out, but something is not right. Because when we go to places, how often does even one thing happen or two things? It's very, very rare.
Unless we know it's a place that's so active. But if it's like a place that
and I'm not talking like feelings that like you and Carmen get. I'm
Yeah.
talking like things flying
Yeah.
across the room, bangs, knocks.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, unless it's an active house is the only time I could. But even when these people are going and they're saying it's an active house, I still don't think you could get that much stuff every single time.
Yeah, these people go in and in the first
It's like
first
20
15
things
minutes.
happening. Yeah.
15 minutes, you got things flying across the thing. You got big loud bangs. There's one that really, really pisses me off, because, and I guess the thing that bothers me is that people think it's real. People are looking for answers. Can I talk to my mom that passed away? So they get suckered into these channels that, oh my God, my mom, I can talk to her because there's proof, because they're watching these channels with all this activity going on. And it's, the majority of them are faking it. I'm almost to the point where if I don't know the people, or, have, somebody that I know knows them or something like that, or I know that they're credible, that I don't believe anything I see on YouTube anymore. It is,
Yeah.
I've watched so much stuff on how they fake it, string, video editing stuff. Like, there's even the craziest stuff you watch, you're like, how'd they fake that? Then you go watch a guy like Kenny Biddle, who did a video, like, because there was one, it's like, okay, how did they fake that? The drawers are going in and out. Clearly, there's no room for somebody to be in the room. And he totally debunked it in like 2 minutes.
I like it when people at work come up and they'll tell me about videos that we've obviously seen in the past, and they're like, oh my God, there's video and da da da. And I'm like, it's fake. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's fake. And they're like, well, how? And then I start explaining it to them, and they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, and it like I said, it really opened my eyes, because I always knew that like something is just not right, but I don't know what. And then I started following these, like I said, The Shape, Beardo, The World of Mr. Gray. That's a fantastic channel. Parple.
I hate it too, because they always assume, like, when people find out you're a paranormal investigator, especially like one like at work, they're like, oh my God. And they're like, well, did it? And it's like, no, you don't get that every time.
Yeah.
Just because you see it on shows like that. Hi, Boo.
Get down.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, Miss Boo's got to get in the
She's
picture
trying to get
always.
the little fortune cookies out of the box, apparently. But they're just like, they think that just because of what those shows have, some of those shows have done, or YouTube videos have done, they think that happens every single time you go on a ghost hunt. And it's like, that doesn't happen every single time you go on a ghost hunt.
No, it
No.
never happens.
No.
I mean, and two, another thing is we've got to separate evidence from interesting. A lot of these paranormal channels say, oh, this is absolute evidence because my Spirit Talker phone app. I gotta watch saying that because that guy's on the prowl and he wants to sue people. So
Oh.
my word generating software on my phone wants to spit out words like the devil, demon, all this other crazy stuff. So it's really, like I said, my eyes have really been opened over the last, I don't know, 2-3 months. And I've questioned even a lot of stuff that I've called evidence because I've watched videos about recorders and how they work. And the more inexpensive ones they're set up like if there's a dead space, it'll generate noises.
Yeah.
And then people get audio pareidolia where you think you hear something because you just asked a question.
Yeah. Amber was like, you can't compare ghost hunting with paranormal investigations. And
Yep.
true. And I laugh because when I tried to that's another story. But when I tried to tell people at work, everybody, it's so hard to explain there's a difference. They don't understand and comprehend there is a difference between the two. And they don't realize what they think I'm always doing the ghost hunting. And it's like, no, we don't. I mean, we hardly ever go on ghost hunts.
Yeah, we haven't been out in a while.
I can't tell you like a ghost hunt where, I mean, most of the stuff we do is paranormal. But I think the last true ghost hunt we did is when we went to Virginia.
No, we've done stuff since then.
Have we?
Yeah, we did the old mill after that, didn't we?
I didn't.
The old mill.
The old mill. No, we didn't do the old mill after Virginia.
No.
Virginia was like last September.
Oh, I thought it was 2 Septembers ago.
Maybe it was.
I think it was.
It was maybe.
Yeah.
But so they just really.
But we do a lot of private cases.
Yeah.
So, and it's
totally different.
you don't show that on
No.
YouTube. You don't. I mean, you can talk about it.
Just
for
like,
example.
I mean, it drives people insane that
Is this thing working?
I don't really talk like at work.
There we go.
I won't talk like to people when I'm at work. So if I get a vibe on somebody, I don't let them know it, and I won't say anything to them. But sometimes
Of course, the
a
dogs.
dog wants out. But I mean, they get mad because it's like, well, you do this all. And it's like, no, I don't. I turn it on and I turn it off. Well, that you can't do that. I'm like, yes, you can. I
Yep.
turn it off a lot.
In fact, a lot of paranormal cases that we do are people with abilities that don't know it
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of in our experience. Who's Kelly Ladd? Oh, okay, okay. She's a member of the foundation with us. She's in the southeast region. So she's with Stephanie and Bill. Let's
That
see what
is
she's got to
very
say.
true. That is true. People don't realize how
Oh my
much
God.
time it takes to set just the setting up. And I feel bad because if we take DVR cameras and you have to run all that, people don't realize how much time that takes to set up. Because even like when we went to North Ridgeville,
Oh,
I
okay.
just said North Ridgeville.
Okay,
And
I thought you were talking about another place, but go ahead.
no,
I'm
so
sorry.
when we went to North Ridgeville, and then when we've gone to like Spaghetti Warehouse, I mean, running that equipment, you don't realize running all up the steps, trying to figure out how you're going to get a wire in a window from outside because it's easier to do that than it is. So you're trying to
You better
find
let her
stuff.
know.
I know, trying to find something that you can tie to the cord so you can pull it up the window and get it in the cords in that way because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I gotta
I
go
mean,
let her
Yeah,
out.
we
real
gotta
quick.
let them go out real quick.
Come on,
So
little
on
monster.
our word generating app, which I don't want to name because I don't want to get sued. This guy is like, he's on the prowl lately, going after people that mention the name. And there's nothing in this house right now. It's saying, "Do you mean harm? I'll prove I'm here." 2 separate phrases. That's within like 60 seconds of turning this thing on. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, Kelly, for sure. Says we've caught some of our best EVPs on the video cameras during setup and breakdown. That's
Mhm.
one of the first steps that we do is we take a recorder in and set it down somewhere, as we're setting up our equipment, because you're right. A lot of time, it's most of the EVPs that we've captured are not when we're asking questions. So I found that to be, just a weird thing. It's like most of them come when you're not expecting, when you're just talking with people. And of course, Boo, you got to come through there. Kelly, we're doing readings tonight too, so if you're interested, or anybody else in the chat, if you're interested, let me know. Because the Green Swamp Medium has not spoken for a while, so. Okay, now our word generator is saying, "Do you believe?"
I believe.
And that's
Ooh, I believe in aliens.
no, yeah. Let's talk about that. So
Well, actually, I mean,
I do too, but they're not in
mean,
Miami.
no. But that's funny because he used to, there was a guy that used to be in the foundation, and we actually I reached, or Jeff was like, you need to talk to this guy because of what I saw. And this is what made me kind of believe a little bit more than I ever believed before. I was driving home from work, and it was like still daylight out. It was like 5:30 in the summertime, so it wasn't like it was dark out. And there was like a rip in the sky, and I couldn't stop to take a picture because I was on the highway, so I couldn't stop. But it was like a rip in and it wasn't, because everybody was like, oh, it was probably like jet stream. This
It was a
not.
portal.
It was like a portal opening. It looked like how you see a portal opening and kind of pulled, but it was pulled and just like pulled open like a little bit, and then it would kind of go back and it would open a little bit more. And it was just it wasn't like it was small either. It was probably a good at least 2-3 football fields long in the sky, and it didn't go away, and it like when you would drive, it wouldn't it wouldn't shift, nothing. It stayed the exact same and just would get wider and then smaller. And he goes, yeah, it's probably was a time, something with an opening that I just happened to see, and it was a longer lasting one because it lasted a good like 10-15 minutes that I saw it. So since then, I'm a little bit more like, there's something there. Not sure what, but there is something.
And I believe in aliens, and I think they're coming around and all this other stuff. But like, all right, yeah, I'll write down.
Oh yeah.
I got my desk is a mess. You can't see, but like I said, so there's this big thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this aliens in Miami story, where supposedly on New Year's Day, 10-foot tall aliens were assaulting the Miami Mall. I don't know. They were saying they were like big shadow figures.
Huh.
But it's so.
What I'm talking about from what we watched.
That was actually, like I said.
That was kind of interesting.
It wasn't a horrible movie, but it wasn't great. But it was like, okay.
Kind of.
I didn't completely waste my time. Yeah. What was it called? Dark Skies or something like that?
I don't remember.
It was on HBO, I think.
Yeah.
It was a decent story about a family that was abducted by aliens, or the kid was.
But it was the kid they thought was going to get abducted wasn't the one that got abducted, because the other one was seeing stuff prior.
Yeah.
And it was the first one that made contact.
He killed.
And
it was a blacksmith. Many deaths.
Mm.
So we are very haunted tonight, just so everybody knows, according to our word generator. And when you watch, okay, we were talking about aliens, but I'm going to go here for a second. When you watch these YouTube channels, the big ones, Boo is stuck. I could, and I'm going to do a video someday about how you can go to a location and you can take this and come up with something that is relevant to the location by what comes up on here. And these apps will absolutely drive your questioning and drive your investigation. If you're,
can you guys sit?
I guess, in it for entertainment.
Oh, those must be blueberry.
Go sheet. I like that one.
I know that was.
Yep.
They're coming up with some really great names. I'm like, okay, because I was like drawing a blank. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
But these are kind of catchy, so I'm glad. I think
I like the Harold one.
I am doing the Harold one.
Jason, that is.
I am going to be getting the coffee essential oil for candles, and we're making.
We're gonna call it "Going for Coffee" or something.
Harold's going for
we'll
coffee.
Put it in
no,
quotes
it's gonna.
And
No, it is going to say Harold's going for coffee.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were okay. Let's go back to the aliens then. So I've seen videos of proof that the aliens were in the Miami Mall, and like, it wasn't even the same mall. Like literally, it's and the people. The one guy, another video of a witness. This guy, he was on there the first night that it happened, and he was, going on and on about how he saw it, telling his story. Then the next day, he was like, "Okay, look, y'all, I haven't even been to Miami ever in my life. Like, I made it all up." So it's hilarious. Kelly likes the candle idea. She says, "Are you reading that?"
Oh yeah, Kelly, coffee one. Did you see we're gonna name one? Harold's going for coffee.
But we have to put Jason on there somehow.
Yeah.
Hey, Candy, how you doing? Candy's someone that followed us recently on YouTube. So,
But so the aliens one, and then we laugh because that's something to them. People ask me all the time, "Well, your daughter can get you information." It's like, no, she can't, because my daughter's in the military. It's like, no, she can't.
I keep asking and she just won't say
No,
a damn
won't
thing.
say anything.
Pisses me off.
But
What else?
yeah, I mean, and the area we live in, we didn't realize this until we started after my incident that I had driving home. We didn't realize how many sightings in around our
Yeah.
area that actually happen. So now it cracks me up because I do when I go outside and sit at night, I do pay a little bit more attention to what what I'm looking at, because we live in a township, but we're like considered the city, but we're out far enough from the city that
We're right on the lake too.
Yeah,
So
and
if we
we're
look-
right on the
if
lake.
we look east, we're looking over Lake.
yeah,
Liberty.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, we have a lot,
That's cool.
but we're like right on the Michigan-Ohio line, right on Lake Erie. And we literally, I mean, we don't have like a lot of street lights, and we don't see a lot of the city lights where we're at. So we get to see a lot of the back
Yep.
outdoor stuff when we're outside. You can see the black, dark sky. I mean, when we have meteor showers, we can literally see meteor showers from our backyard.
Boo wants us to
And
do a
Boo's
reading.
like, "Hello,
She's like,
Boo's."
"You guys got to do a reading so I can get a cookie."
Yeah. "Hello, Boo's."
All right, Kelly. Yeah, we'll do this one for Kelly since she just joined. The Green Swamp Medium has not spoken for a while, and it's official. The Green Swamp Medium has his own Funko Pop
With a basket with
a basket
fortune
of fortune
cookies
So we're gonna do a reading so that Boo can get.
and a cup of coffee.
All right, Kelly, this one's for you. Oh, so Candy's in Southwest Pennsylvania. Your turnpike sucks, just so you know. That's expensive as hell. Like I was
It
pissed
cost
off.
us what? $300?
No. It was like 171 or some dumb shit.
I don't know, but yeah, and you don't know how much it's gonna cost
Right.
you.
It's just like, yeah, just drive. We'll
It's
bill
just
you
like,
later.
yeah, you're on a toll road, but they don't tell you how much it's going to cost. So when we got done with our trip, it was like $200 for when we got it. And it was actually like, we didn't get it till like they didn't send us the thing until like 3 months later.
Yeah.
And then they say we were past due. It's like, how do we know? We don't even know that you can do this. Oh, Boo and Bubba are so excited right
You want
now.
to break the cookie and so Kelly, this one's for you. It says, if I can read it, can you read that? Because I can't, because it's in the dark. Do we need a flashlight?
Your mentality is alert practically and analytically.
In bed.
In bed, yeah.
Yeah, I was always told to add
And-
in bed after you read a fortune cookie. It makes it so much better.
Would you like your lucky numbers?
Candy agrees that their turnpike sucks.
So, Kelly, your lucky numbers are 7, 13, 16, 29, 11, and 5.
I call fake.
So, okay.
Let's debunk those numbers.
What are you
So
gonna-
I'm just reading to see who's here tonight. So we have
Oh.
Susan here from the 1700s, according to our word generating app.
Oh, we got a Susan across the street.
See, that's what the fuck these apps.
Wait,
Sorry.
no. Okay, so this will tell you because there's a Susan across the street. I had somebody that used to call me Jenny. My
But that's what these apps do. You can jump to conclusions. You can come up with almost any scenario where it fits,
Yeah, red hair.
especially if you're on an you know
I
an
mean, I have red
investigation.
highlights, so
But you know what I'm saying? Like, because we did it on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Or was it New Year's or Christmas?
my remains. Yep, there's remains on this ground.
So like
Animals.
we were sitting around the table and like let's turn this on for fun and see what it does. We weren't asking questions. We weren't investigating. We weren't ghost hunting. And every response that came up, and there was what, 6 of us around the table.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could draw a
Draw
connection
something, yeah.
how it was actually legit to where we were sitting. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, Susie and Jenny are pretty common names too. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's from now she's from the 1900s. So
No. Oh yeah.
I don't know. This app is hilarious. I don't know if everybody saw
Now,
the
if
other
they
day.
came up with our address, I would laugh.
Now, okay. That being said, I am a Ovilus hater.
Right.
However, when we went to that one cemetery, we were trying to
In
talk.
Michigan.
Yep, we were trying to talk to communicate with the mother of the Story family, and the
Mhm.
Ovilus actually said mother and Story while we were
Yeah,
standing there.
and
So
it was said child.
I don't.
But
Did
that
it?
wasn't. It
Because-
was when we were a little bit further down. It said child.
But
But-
that's not as significant
But
to
it
me.
was like right before we went
Yeah.
to there, it said child, and then we went there and it said story, and then mother. So it was like,
So there's always like the exception to like I said, the Ovilus, I hate it. I think it's crap. But there's always that one time where, I mean, that's like lottery coincidence. Like it said Story and mother within a couple minutes of each other while we were at the Story grave.
yeah,
The family name was Story, trying to communicate with the mom. I don't think the Ovilus can actually listen. Like it doesn't record you,
right,
which a lot of the apps do.
right.
They'll record your location, your GPS, they'll use your microphone to record what you're saying. And I actually really want to, there's one of the apps that I want to actually try that and see if I can tell a story and try and get it to say something specific. Like I want to say, let's say, tell a story about George. George haunted, lived in this place for years. He did this and that. I want to talk about George, say it over and over. And then I want to get this app to say George.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That'd be cool if I could do that though. But the one, I don't know if people saw, Joe was live the other night, or no, it wasn't a live thing. It was Joe got attacked by the maker of this app that we're using, and took all kinds of crap that he said out of context. Joe responded, I think, very, very nice. Proved his points, showed where the things were out of context, and I thought it was a good video. What else? What do we got on the list?
I don't know.
Candle names, we've already talked about that. No, I don't think I want to get
Yeah,
into
Kelly
YouTube
came in
comments.
after it. So Kelly, I'm trying to come up with candle names and scents for for Midwest Parafest.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I put in
Amber and Jason are
baskets
spot on.
Yeah,
They're
they
like-
have been doing some pretty good ones. So if you come up
Yep.
with names, let us know.
Yeah, Candy said she saw that. Yeah, Joe did great. And trust, I talked to Joe. He was very calm in his video because he was not happy. I sent the link to him. I'm like, do you see this? Oh, and we went
Yeah.
on and on. But like, Joe's a good guy. Like I said before, he straight up called me the other day and was like, I want to try and help your channel get a little bit of boost. And so like, let's do a live together and just chit chat. And, and there was like, there's nothing in it for him.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a very, very small channel. We're trying to grow, but there was nothing in it for him other than, hey, he's just a cool dude.
Yeah.
So,
And we had him on the show a while. I mean, it's been a while since we had him on the show, but we had him on.
yeah, we
they
had
were
him
really-
and Matt on talking
Yeah.
about their Conjuring
That was
documentary.
right before Matt left.
Yep.
Like
And we're-
right before he left.
We're gonna get him on
He was
again.
actually in the airport, wasn't he? Or in the
He was in the hotel.
The hotel,
Yep,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
joined. He like last minute joined because
Yeah.
we were talking to Joe and Matt said, "Okay, I got time. I can do this, but we got to do it from the hotel lobby."
Yeah.
And he actually was I think somebody told him he couldn't do it there.
Yeah.
He kept saying like during it, like, okay, just give me a
One more minute. One more minute.
It
Yeah.
was funny.
It was probably, well, if I know, I mean, if it's anything like when my child shipped off, basically you're cut off from the world once you.
But it's called the Haunting of Harrisburg, I think.
I don't remember.
I wish I knew the name of it exactly, but it's a really, really good documentary. It's not full of evidence because that's not how it works. You're not going to watch an episode of like Twin Paranormal when you watch this documentary because that shit doesn't happen that way.
No.
But yeah, and they really, really. So there was one thing they caught is a rocking chair moved. And they really, really took the time, like probably 10, 15 minutes of the movie
to debunk
it. Did we do this? I mean, and they went over it, and it was,
Yeah.
But the bigger channels, they don't do it. It's like, oh my God! It said "Dead doesn't rest." Like that's what they do. They just scream it out. They get all excited. And whatever. And that's another thing too. Like trying to make debunking videos or reaction videos. Some of this crap is so hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
It's so bad that I can't. It's like I'm one that can't tolerate stupid. Like and as my what does it say? Can you read?
Sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud?
Yeah, because I mean, people that know me,
Yep.
I have gotten better, but
PSI is in the house from the UK.
And this is something that I've worked on, especially since I found out being, with my abilities and doing the mediumship and that, I have gotten better about showing my emotions on my face. I don't do it as much as I did, but eye rolling is something that I probably still do a lot.
She had no poker face.
No, I've gotten a little better with that, but like I have no tolerance for when I see these videos and the stupidity. The worst one. Well, now the Bob Larson one is, but when he showed me the salt gun, I literally told him I watched maybe 2 minutes. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, how stupid.
So I'm finding out like, okay, so let's talk about that for a minute because he did call me a dickhead because to my knowledge, I'm the only one at that point that had made a video about that. And he was like, yeah, some guy made a video about you, he said some dickhead made a video about you. And it really, really sucked or something like that. So he got his shot in, but I got him back in my last video. But he says he was joking about that. However,
oh my God.
He made a second video about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
okay.
I don't.
So Jeff had to come out and he put YouTube on the big TV to watch. And he was like, we got to watch this because he's going live. He said he was going live and they were going on a ghost hunt. It was like an hour.
It was 3 hours.
But I mean, it was like an hour in and they still were going in this tunnel, but they were not doing nothing but drinking. I was like, I just couldn't. I was like, I can't. Yep. I literally, I had to turn off because
he was absolutely trashed. And he was going on about how he was the only real channel out there. He knows all these other ones have faked it. He's faked it with them, but not for his channel, just for theirs. And I'm like, dude, you better shut up.
Yeah.
He was naming some big names.
Yeah,
too,
and it cracks me up because if you're going ghost hunting and you're drinking that much that you're that drunk, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of things.
He was smashed.
And hopefully you don't shoot somebody in the eye with your shotgun.
Yeah. You'll shoot your eye out.
Exactly.
Can you let me out for a minute? I got to take a commercial break.
But that just drove me nuts about the shotgun.
I'll be right back.
Because
Bubba, you gotta move. All right, you gotta carry the show for a minute.
Yeah, but the shotgun, that one just, when I sat there and watched him for an hour, I just watched an hour and they were doing nothing but drink. Now I will admit, we have, who got the toilet paper? I will admit that we have actually, like at Christmas time, I think we did it, or at Halloween time, I don't remember, but we did a drinking kind of show, but we weren't ghost hunting with it. Yeah, but it was just like to see that he was that drunk and saying he's going on a ghost hunt. That is one thing that we would never do. I mean, I would never drink and go on a ghost hunt. But then it's just hello, we have somebody from Germany. Hi. That's pretty funny because we're going to Germany in September, October. So hello. But yeah, so the shotgun was just, and it was ironically funny because when Jeff found that, he was so excited because the year before for Christmas, he actually got a shotgun. He got the exact same shotgun. So we haven't put the crosses on it yet, but I think he's going to decorate. He's going to have me make some crosses to put on it. So, so we can make sure that it does ward off demons. But the guy that does those videos, he says he's serious and that he's not faking it. But I'm sorry, if you think you are killing a demon with a pellet of salt, yeah.
Okay, so I just can't. We need to. Let me sit down. Also, I think we should take the salt gun to a priest. Have him bless it. No, and
Wait, you can bless it.
that's right. I'm ordained. I'm the
You're
Pope.
ordained now. You can bless
But
it.
I really
You're
like.
the Pope.
But all that being said, I've got nothing against that guy. Nothing against his channel. Anybody can do what they want. It's just when they say they're paranormal investigators, it
That's not paranormal
bothers me a bit,
investigator.
yeah.
Yeah, that's ghost hunting.
That
That's
guy is not
paranormal
gone.
investigator.
that guy, and I could be wrong, but I'm just saying that guy has not gone to a house where a family is being tormented by something in their house, because that's not fun. That's not funny. That's real shit that we deal with. And
Yeah.
that guy, I promise you, has never done anything like that because there's nothing in it for him. There's no YouTube. There's no I'm talking about this. There's no I'm making a video on this. That's real stuff, and we do that.
Kelly thinks I should bedazzle it.
Bedazzle what?
Your shotgun.
God no.
Oh, I could take it and bedazzle it. Yeah, I could do that.
Bedazzle it with.
That's funny that
Holy
PSI
relics
said
and-
that because we actually have a friend here, Harold. He said the same thing. He's going to go get a super soaker
Yes.
and put holy water
Yep,
in it and
yep.
start spraying stuff when we go on
Yep.
investigation. So,
And everybody, I think the people in here, well, no, not everybody in here has probably even heard of PSI.
ooh, Amber says it needs a name. Oh, what should we name your assault gun?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that for a little bit. But everybody go check out PSI Paranormal. They're from the UK. That's paranormal investigation.
So
Like,
where
for
are they
real.
at?
Where's who?
PSI Paranormal.
From the UK.
But where in the UK?
I don't freaking know.
Oh, I was
Mark,
like, well,
Mark, you'll have to tell us. I
yeah,
don't know.
because we're trying to plan our
I
trip
think he's up north. I think. Are you
'Cause
by
we're-
Atlanta?
because we're trying to plan where places we need to go in Europe because we're going to be mostly in our main part is going to be Germany because that's where my daughter's going to be stationed, but then we're trying to find other places to go while we're there.
Yeah. So Mark, tell us in the comments where you're at. East Yorkshire. Okay, so that's great that you told us that, but like,
Where's that? Like,
I had no idea.
like we know Lana's up by Scotland.
Yeah,
up
she's
that
not
way.
too far from
So
Scotland.
we
I
know
think.
she's that way. So if you give us like major cities, that kind of gives us a little bit better.
Lee the tit.
Because I'm like, yeah, York. I have no idea where Yorkshire would be.
I think I want to do another video about Lee, but
Who?
Yeah, you don't know that channel. Really Haunted. You're not like totally involved in the
No.
YouTube world like I am. But
Yeah,
like,
he's big into the YouTube near York.
what the fuck is York? All right, where's my UK map?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think of where we already kind of know. Okay, so I know Scotland, Ireland, and England.
London's in like southern England, right?
Yeah.
South or
Yeah.
mid-south.
So-
I don't know. I haven't looked
York
at a map in a
has
long time.
isn't York closer to like I don't know.
Let me ask you
now I'm
this,
gonna have
Mark.
to-
How far are you from Lana? In what direction?
Yeah, there we go.
That'll be easier
That
because
might be easier because
kinda
I know
where
we
she's
know
at.
where she's at. So then that will help kind of give us an idea. It was like East Yorkshire and then near York. I'm like, yeah, no idea.
Oh my God, we got so many people in here with us tonight. There's
Yeah, we got lots of them.
a lot of ghosts here tonight. There's 6 names. Oh, and a skeleton. So.
Well, we do have lots of skeletons
Yeah.
around, so
Yep.
you know.
Yep. Yes, we do.
Okay, so now I'll have to make sure I look up East Yorkshire. York is where the Warrens visited. We are 2 hours from Atlanta. Okay, so that
Okay.
gives me a better idea.
Yeah, when we come over there, Mark, we'll definitely have to try and figure out a way to meet up. So I'd like to
Yeah.
meet him. But yeah, like I think this whole rant started because I want people that aren't following Mark yet and PSI Paranormal Investigators. Go follow their channel. They do some really, really
I
good
actually
stuff.
have watched some of their stuff on her.
But
so.
they do. I mean, they do real paranormal investigation. They're
Yeah.
not. I would not
No.
classify them as ghost hunters whatsoever. Their last video, though, I don't know.
I don't know
You
if
haven't
I've seen
seen it,
that
but
one.
I'm telling you right now, they caught some amazing paranormal evidence, like a lot within like 15 minutes. It was fantastic. So everybody go watch that last video. Mark, put the title in there if you want to. It was fantastic. What else did I write down to talk about? Why faking bothers
Thank
me
you
so
so
much.
much.
Should we get into that? I can get myself in trouble if I really bring this topic up. Because, and I guess I got to clarify. I know people that aren't legit. I'm not saying they're faking.
Right,
Because I think the intentions are good.
right. But you have it on that side. I have it more on my side.
Mhm.
That I mean, and I actually this is probably when I probably knew I had abilities and didn't know I had abilities when I could read this person and didn't even know I could read this person. And when I found out, it was just like, oh, okay, I did
Yeah.
actually read this person.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this tonight because I will get myself in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to do a video on it because I really, really have to think hard on what.
Bacon.
No, I didn't say bacon. I said bacon. But no, I really have to think about this. Amber, actually, you and Jason saw it a little bit in the class, like,
Yeah.
and you guys know that this whole. It's because I've got to go into why it's harmful for these exorcists and demonologists to be doing what they do to people. Because if it's a mental problem and you're going to go ahead and do an exorcism on them, like you're screwing them up. And
Yeah.
I actually saw a really good video the other day where a doctor actually talks about why. You know, he's a doctor, why it's harmful. You know, so we're not going to talk about that tonight. We will save that for a video when I can think it out. And that's why the videos end up being so long, because that's a long case to lay out.
Yeah, but you gotta maybe break them down.
And I definitely found out that people like the shorter YouTube stuff.
Yep. That's once I told him he has to cut stuff down if he wants me to put on TikTok.
Yeah, well, that's
So
TikTok. That
10
attention
minutes.
span. No, the attention span is like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but you got 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes, then you gotta go on. So.
There you go, Jason. Booze, begging treats.
Oh, there we go.
That's actually, yeah, hey,
That actually is a good idea.
I gotta think that there's a bacon scented candle.
There
out
is
there
one.
somewhere.
There's bacon scented oil, yes.
But not a boo begging treats bacon
No.
candle.
No.
That's fantastic. That's branding there. We should hire you guys before Harold does.
Oh my God, those are funny.
It's funny because we got Jerry. Jerry took the class that we
Yeah.
helped teach, and
Harold wasn't he was like, nah, pass.
but I was just keeping an eye on Jerry. I'm like, okay, I like this guy.
Mhm. He was
He's very skeptical. Very,
Yeah,
very skeptical.
and questions he asked were really interesting.
It's like, this guy is going to be a good paranormal investigator. So after the class, I hit him up, said, hey, do you want to join our team? And he did. And
Because Harold didn't jump on it. But now he's part of Togs anyhow. So it
yeah,
doesn't
so,
matter.
yeah, we're all part of the Togs. You're
Although
kidding.
we did, okay, so this is kind of the joke though, because I told Harold, because when I joined Togs, there was a clause put in that if Jeff and I if we ever broke up, that I would be removed from Togs. So needless to say, I've been a member of Togs. Jeff has not been a member of Togs. So when Harold said, you guys just need to become members of Togs, or him and Jerry just need to be members of Togs, I laughed and I told Harold, I said, we need to put a clause in there that if anything ever happens, he has to go and I get to stay. So.
But it's funny because Harold and I have done everything together for years.
Yeah.
And
But even like during COVID,
I've done more stuff than
we
most
did.
of us
I mean,
members.
it was the three of us during COVID that would go. And if that, I mean, we didn't do a lot of stuff during COVID.
We did some house blessings.
But we had to go to a couple houses during COVID. And so we went with Harold to those houses
And that
during
one,
COVID.
Did you see the shadow?
Yes,
figure or not?
yes,
So
okay.
you did, Harold did, but I didn't.
This was crazy because we went to a house and there was one room in the house that was just like, yep. And I'm like, I was getting some really bad juju
was
on
it
it.
in the basement, that back?
Yes, there was like a
It
cold
was
cellar.
Yeah, it was like a coal chute.
Yeah, and so that was, I mean, I really cleansed that really well. But then also like pushing the energy out, like we really pushed a lot of energy out of that house. So then afterwards,
That's what she said.
What?
Sorry, only 8 minutes. That's what she said.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean
So then when we were standing outside after we did this cleansing, Harold and I were kind of facing. Your back was to, so you were facing us, yeah. And so we were looking the other way. We literally saw this black shadow walking down their driveway, walking into the street, and then walking away from us. And you could literally see it walking. Of course.
Well, it wasn't walking like slowly. It was quick.
Yeah, but do you think any of us thought about taking our cammers out or our phones out to get it?
It was
But I
so
mean,
quick.
yeah, it was so. But I mean, it was long enough that if we got our phone out quick enough, we wouldn't. No, we didn't think about it. But it was just like, and because Harold and I both were like, "You did see that, right?" And it's like, "Yeah." So it
And
was
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. He was like, "What?"
Yep.
But yeah, so I mean, during COVID, I mean, we had some interesting things when we did do some blessings.
That's why these shows drive me nuts, because like my greatest paranormal experiences have been when I don't have a camera, when I'm not expecting it. When like I'm sitting in my office,
yeah,
and this orb floats into the room, like I watched it with my own eyes. Like it wasn't an IR camera that I saw later. Like I watched this thing float into the room.
And you've had it happen twice to you.
Yeah, the exact same thing, the exact same size, and it moved so slow. I watched it. It wasn't like something that just, my God, I think I saw this. I mean, it was.
You've also had
can't
visitors.
explain it.
You and Boo have had visitors come in.
Yeah, we had some people doing remote viewings into the house, and we saw it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Go ahead, tell it.
Yeah, so I was at my shamanic journey. I had like this shamanic journey I did, and I was gone from the house. And I learned how to remote, which I don't do very often because I still am practicing on that. But we actually did a remote where we brought someone into our own homes. And this was somebody that Jeff knew. So I think maybe this is why it was a little bit better or easier for me, because I'm funny about having anybody come into my house. So maybe that's why I felt a little bit more comfortable, because I kind of know this person. And so I felt comfortable for her to come to our house. And so we remoted into our house.
Hang on, let me stop you real quick. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about when we say remote, say something in the comments and we'll explain it. Go ahead.
So we remoted our the thing that we were working on was remoting into the house, and explain, having the person walk through the house and tell you about the house. And so we had her walk in. She was walking in. She went to our bedroom, and then she walked past and she was describing stuff as she's walking through the house. And so it was like, okay, so we got through the whole house, and she did pretty well for her first time remoting, did pretty well. Okay, so what's a remote and moving around? So a remote is basically astral projection.
Yeah.
So basically I am somewhere totally, I could be miles away.
We do a lot of this in the foundation because we're so spread out. It's like, it's a thing that mediums can do. They can remote to a location, which they leave their body, go to a location and give us a read on it.
Go to that location. And it's like, you don't, like, for me, I'm still very,
It sounds
very, very new to it. I don't do it a lot. I haven't gone into people's houses, although I have remoted into my mom's house, but that's because my sister scared the shit out of me. And saying my mom thought she was dying, and it wasn't actually what it was. And so I just kind of remoted quickly, but it wasn't what it was. It was something totally different.
and it does it like, let's be honest, it sounds crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Bullshit.
But-
But then I'm telling you, I've talked to people that like, there is no freaking way that you knew that. There's
Yeah.
no way that you knew that unless
And-
that you could do what
Yeah,
you're saying.
and
you can
so what you do, so you basically, I mean, and some people like can see everything, and like you can see it fully colored. Sometimes people just see it like in black and white. Sometimes people can see just like, they don't see actual like in the present, but they'll see it there. So I mean, it's different ways that people can go over. So like I said, I only go into public, like parks and beaches and things like that. That's things that I do. I don't, like I said, I don't usually go into people's homes. Plus, if you are going to do it, you need to let that, they need to know that you're going
Yeah,
to be
there's
going in
definitely
the house.
ethics.
That's a standard that if somewhat, you have to have permission
'Cause
to
we
go
have
into
had-
their home.
Because we have had unethical people come at us.
Try to come at
Yeah.
us, and we've actually tested someone, because we were actually testing someone's abilities,
And I'm
we
not
actually,
saying she's unethical.
No,
Just for the record, in
but
case
we
she
just
ever watches
wanted
this.
we just wanted to test, and
Yep.
we literally, because I keep our house is pretty much locked down all the time, and she couldn't get in. So, and we've had multiple people say, yeah, we can't get in because I only allow, like, I have a few friends that I allow to
That's a
get
good
in,
question.
but I don't allow everybody
Yep.
to get in. But see, so when we were, what was it? What if some of what we think of as ghosts are actually living people that have left their bodies remotely? but
Or
don't-
even
Woo!
maybe even do know it and have
Yeah.
bad intentions. I'm telling you, Don, like you're gonna think I'm crazy, but like we have had people send things to our house to watch us to
Mhm.
do. It sounds crazy. It sounds stupid, but
And
I'm
it's
telling
weird because I know when it's, and I don't tell Jeff all the time when it happens, just because I don't.
Mhm.
But when it worries me is when I tell him, and then I'm like, okay, and then he knows when something's really bad, because then the neighbors think I'm crazy because they see me going around the house and putting a lot of salt
Yeah.
around my house. The next door neighbor, we don't get along with them, but that dude looked at me like I was so freaking crazy one day when I was out there. I mean, I was pouring some major salt, but that's because we had a lot of things coming at and attacking
God
us.
damn, he even added to this. He
Well,
put the
Paranormal Investigation-
smack down. Let's show this. This is true. We're all investigating after
That is true.
after midnight.
Very true.
Damn, Don, you just all right. I can't even
Yeah.
think about that tonight.
But we so
Yeah,
we
Kelly's
do.
experienced it too.
Yeah, so but we actually, this is the only thing that's really crazy, is we've had one thing that has gotten in our house, and it didn't come to do any bad harm. It came to watch and see. I just wanted to see what was going on. And Jeff was up, stop it, boo. Jeff was back up here, and I was in the back part of the house. And I literally, both of us at the same time were like, did you feel that black cloud come through? And it was like, yeah. And so that, I mean, we have that happen every once in a while, that, and it gets through my blockage that I have, because my house is, like I said, always bubbled. Like, people cannot believe how well bubbled my house is.
And that's the thing too. Like, so,
We never got back to the rest of the remote story, but
but
we gotta finish that.
we've never gotten. Those are things you don't get as evidence of the paranormal.
No.
However, you can't change my mind.
Mm-mm.
Like some of these, I'm telling you, some of these cases and clients that we've dealt with, I've ended up upsetting, and they send shit.
Yeah.
So I saw a Facebook comment one day that somebody made, and I was like, oh, you stupid blank. As soon as I said this, and I suspected that this person had something watching us, following us, watching me at the very least. Soon as I said that, I shit you not, I got this like stab in my back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like something just right when I said it, I'm like,
Well, and I think
I don't get physical feelings like that.
Right.
So like that was just, I can't explain it.
But last year, from like what, October, end of September, all the way through pretty much November, I literally think something attached, somebody sent something to me
Yeah, we were having problems.
because I was so sick. I mean, I was really sick, like literally.
I thought about this the other day. We got a gift sent to us from that Ed Gein farm about then. That serial killer that
Oh,
Becky Connor sent us that
yeah,
back.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's not related, but it's
But
just funny, coincidental.
But yeah, so it was, I mean, we had that happen that, I mean, I literally was sick. And then
Yep.
I literally started asking people, it's like, okay, could somebody have attached something to me? Because, and then, so I did a cut the cord. I just did a general cut the cord, and then I started feeling better, and I
Yep.
started getting better. And like I had, well, this actually started before that because with my elbow, and then we thought it was a medication thing, but
We've
still,
had
it
a
could
rough
have been-
time since June last.
Yeah.
It's
Since the
been.
tornadoes, we've
I'm
had,
not whining and complaining, but it's
No.
been difficult.
but from the
a lot of
tornadoes until probably end of December, or not, well, the end of November, we just, between being sick and having like the tornado and having the whole house, basically having the whole outside of the house having to be redone, having all
Yep.
the cars getting redone. I mean, we had a lot of crazy stuff, but now it seems, since I did the cut the cord, it seems to be doing better. But it's just been,
And I'm not saying
Crazy.
I'm not saying it's all paranormal, but I'm saying that I do know for a fact that people on cases that I've worked on, very, very, not, I'm not going to say these people were possessed or demons were involved. I'm saying these people were into some really, really dark
bad,
stuff.
yeah.
And if you upset those people, I
And
believe they can.
Ironically, okay, there was a case, and this is when a lot of stuff, and this is the one I cut the cord. This is what I had in mind when I cut the cord. Do you remember that one call you took,
Oh yeah,
and like the whole
That
thing
was-
was crazy? Like, I mean, literally, because they didn't want anybody else on the call but you.
Yep.
And literally, I was in the background, kind of, because I wasn't up here.
and he didn't appear on the phone.
And he didn't appear. But what it was crazy is that I was not even going to be a part of this. But I had the weirdest, craziest, like,
Yeah, I
oh
did
my
too.
fucking
This
God,
was-
no, get off the phone.
Yep.
Like, literally came up here and like, you need to go because it
was,
was so bad.
So I guess I got to tell the story, otherwise people won't know what we're saying. So
And
this,
we got to go back to finish the remote too.
Okay. but this guy called, or he got in touch with us, and he was, he filled out our get help form. But then in talking to him, talking to us, he was so cryptic. He didn't want to give information. When he actually called me, we did a video call, and he like just pointed the phone at the ceiling light. But then he told me this crazy stuff about how he conjures things, and
I just get the really thinking about it.
so he was talking about he got screwed by a horse. Like, I mean,
Well,
just
don't talk about it. I'm serious. Don't talk details about this.
okay. Well, anyway,
Just because that's how, I mean, that was part of the reason I cut the cord.
but anyway, he was, in my opinion, he didn't want help from us because he flat out told me that he was conjuring things and looking
To
for
send
people
it.
to dump
Yeah.
his crap off on. And it's
And-
not just me.
No.
He had another member of the foundation too that he was trying to do the same
But
thing
I
to.
think even just that little bit of talking
Yeah.
gave us some, and it was like,
That is the first time I said, I'm not going to take this case. I don't care. Luckily, I had an easy out because he didn't actually want help. So, like, I'm not doing that.
yeah, it was,
nope.
but I mean, so
I got
I mean,
a
there's
very,
things
very-
like that
This
make
is
you,
not good.
yeah, that there's times that I'd be like, no.
I've got another one that I've got to call. I have to call him tomorrow because it came in a couple days ago. But I got a bad, and it could be, to be honest with you, this could all be mental issues, whatever this client could have problems. But I just got this bad, like, you need to be careful approaching this one. And, and these cases sometimes happen that way.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. You can't let your
Yeah.
guard down.
Okay, so let's go back to finishing the remote story.
Yes.
So-
Yep.
Yep. So we actually did the remote. I was out. Actually, I was in Swanton, at my friend's house because that's where our we did the class at. So we came through the house, and then when I came home, Jeff was like, "Did you come in the house?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Did you come here?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? I didn't come. I was at class." He goes, "No. Did you guys come in the house or did you guys send something here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "At this time,"
Yep. I noted the time.
he goes, "At this time, Boo and I both were in the office. Well, that we used to in his old office.
Yep.
We were in the office and we both stopped and saw something move through the house."
Yep. We saw a shadow figure bolt across the door and into the bedroom, and Boo barked. I saw it too. Like, so.
And
Crazy.
literally at that time, that is when we were actually walking through the house.
So there is,
And Boo does see stuff in our house.
in my opinion, there is definitely credibility to astral projection
Mm-hmm.
for sure, in remotes.
Yes.
Yep.
But Boo actually, she does see.
Boo's a ghost dog.
Yeah, she's a ghost dog.
She
'Cause
really is.
sees shadows and she sees things in the house. I mean, like literally, she chases stuff out of the house. I think sometimes, but the stuff and actually, anything that's in her house is not bad because we know there's
Most
two.
of the time.
Well, yeah. Well, when we're bubbled down pretty good, but there's two things in our house that she is. I mean, I think she's aware of because she plays with the one, and so does Bubba. They get belly rubs and that from one, but the two. I mean, they know they're in here, but they don't. Boo just barks at them because she sees them. I think that's not to scare off, but she does scare off things. So Bubba heard the.
Yeah,
Bubba
here's
heard
the
it.
fortune cookie. Okay,
Who's
Mark.
getting it?
Mark, I'm going to give you a reading. I
Does
feel
he
like
know about the fortune cookie
I don't
reading?
think he does. So my alter ego is Jeff the Green Swamp Medium. So I
Because he had to be some kind of medium
have
because
fantastic abilities
of our
that
group of
are
friends.
innovative, groundbreaking. No one else is doing things the way I do. So we do fortune cookies.
Do I have to read it
You
again?
probably will because I can't see it.
Here, hold on.
That just doesn't even make sense.
Oh, this doesn't work.
No. Yeah, shitty friend. Go ahead and read that, but it doesn't make sense. Sorry, Mark. That works. That thing's bright as hell.
Okay, there you go.
It says, being an able man, period, there are always. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely zero sense. But Boo gets a fortune cookie and she's happy, and so does Bubba. So
See, we're gonna Jeff's gonna have he's gonna have cookies at the Midwest Parafest 5.
Yep.
So, but I'm gonna do it where the fortune cookies are coming from multiple places, not
comments just
one.
like stopped all of a sudden. I hope it's saying people are in here, but hopefully the comments didn't go awry.
Well, most of those are on
YouTube.
YouTube, so I am not seeing YouTube ones.
Yeah, most mediums use like a shell or something when they do their smudging.
Yeah, this is Jeff's.
I've got a grill.
Oh, see, they're just listening.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff got a grill. It was supposed to be an ashtray. It turned into his smudging bowl.
We got our Robert the doll back here.
Who's probably eyeing
We
him
got
up.
our Boo Ouija board.
All Jeff's
Yeah,
toys.
there's-
Only one thing back here is mine.
Yeah, you got
The doll.
Dana's got her creepy ass doll
My
that
creepy
like
doll.
stares at me. It's bullshit.
So you should tell people about the story about what happened at our house, because some people might not know that story about your recorder.
Oh yeah, that's okay. So Mark, I know you're in here, and I know you're very, very skeptical. I'm going to tell you a story that's going to there's no explanation for this. So I have
No.
what's the brand? It's over here somewhere. Anyway, I have a black digital voice recorder, and I have two of them now because of this. So I had this one, and we did. There's a really, really dark location here in Toledo. It's the Collingwood Art Center, and we had just done some interviews with a lady who had
This is before
crazy
we met.
stories. Yeah, this is before we met. Crazy stories about that place. And the Collingwood Art Center. So I had this recorder. We did that. The next day, I went to go to review what I had listened to. I always put my recorder in the same place. I always put it in the camera bag or my backpack that I had. Now we got so much equipment, the shit doesn't fit in there anyway.
Yeah.
So this recorder is gone. I turned my house upside down. Finally, I gave up. I'm like, okay, this thing's lost. I drop it somewhere, whatever. And it was 2 years after.
Well, because then
We
here.
went to a place, and my second recorder that I bought to replace it, that came up.
He
missing.
kept thinking I hid it on him,
I thought
and I
she
took
took it.
it.
I'm like, come on, give it back. Like,
and I'm
she's
like,
she said, no, you need to go in there and
No.
acknowledge that it was
First,
taken.
he tore up because
Oh, yeah,
he
I
kept,
looked
because
everywhere.
actually I said, did you ask for it back? He goes, no, blah, 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 and wouldn't do it. So he literally tore up the house looking for it. I literally looked in everything, all his equipment bags. I looked everywhere. I mean, he finally came in the back room. He's looking under the couch. I said, did you ask them to give it back to you? And he goes, no. I said, I'm telling you, go in there and ask them whoever has it to give it back to you. And so he was like, all right, fine. So you went into the office.
So I went in the office. I'm like, hey, all right, if you took this, I acknowledge that you did it, and I would appreciate that you give it back or something to that effect. And that's
10
all I said.
minutes.
And I wasn't even believing it. So then I went back in the back room, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to go charge my camera batteries. And I went back on the camera to get the batteries out of the camera bag, and the recorder was there.
But
Not only that one, but the one that I had lost 2 or 3 years before
which
that,
I've never
right
seen.
on top. I get into this camera bag no less than 3 or 4 times a week.
And
There's no place that one could
and
have
I
hidden.
did look in that camera bag, and there was
Oh,
nothing in that camera
I
bag.
tore
When
it
I
apart
looked,
too.
I mean, yeah, I looked, and there was nothing in there.
So how does that happen?
So
How
now
do you
he does
explain that?
ask for things when they come up. And then it was funny because Harold had
Yes.
something come up
The
missing
same.
and had a recorder come up missing. Jeff's like, did you ask for him to bring it back? He did not ask for it the same kind of nicely.
He's got a different approach.
He
He's
had
like,
a different approach.
all right,
but
you
he did
mother-
get it back.
give it back.
It was like 10 minutes later.
Yep, sure shit.
It was where it needed to be. So if
But
you
anyway, yeah, that
keep
was.
that in mind, if you ever like people that like misplace or they think they misplace things, just nicely say, okay, I acknowledge you're here. Just can you please give it back? Just put it back where you found it, and I don't care. Just put it back. And sure enough, things come because I was a person that because I have ADHD, so obviously I misplace stuff. I thought all the time. But knowing now, it's like now when I ask for stuff, it comes back. So it's like, okay, so I'm a big believer in, okay, that somebody's trying to get my attention. So that's why they constantly would move my stuff. Because I used to have a horrible time with losing keys, losing like my phone, losing like stupid stuff. And it's crazy, but I always now if I can't find it within like a couple minutes, I'm like, okay, hey, I acknowledge you're here.
Weird.
Can you just give that back to me, please?
That's weird.
But he found this random baby booty and put
Yeah,
it on the kitchen
He's
floor.
talking about our cat.
Oh, that is strange.
That's
Yeah,
creepy as shit.
that
they're looking
is
for
weird.
this.
Oh no, they're looking for the bag of treats I have up here too.
Okay.
Bubba's not even here. Where is he? Bubba!
Let's just here. I'll call him.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, because I shook the fortune cookie.
Here you
thing.
go, baby. No, boo.
No,
for
that's a
Bubba.
little creepy, man. When
Yeah,
you got
that's
cats bringing you shit that doesn't even belong in your house, like ooh.
yeah, that's something at least Boo doesn't do. Thank gosh. Or Bubba.
Let's go this route in the chat maybe. So what kind of videos do you guys like to watch? I guess my goal is to create content that people want to watch, and maybe it isn't always what I think.
Look at what Don put.
That would be weird if the cat brings you a baby. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it'd be a
not good.
little like,
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let us know like what kind of stuff do you guys want to see? I personally, like I said, this fake clergy thing is a big bugaboo of mine. It has been for a long time, and
I'm on the same trail with that one though with you.
because I'm
Because-
gonna tell how these people are getting these degrees in these titles. Like it takes 7 to 9 years to become an actual priest, but these dudes are calling themselves an archbishop within a year or two of being a Catholic.
But even
Like it's just
but even some of them that are saying that they have like their bachelors or their masters and things, and then
doctor degrees.
in doctor-
Like it's
it makes me really mad when
Yeah.
somebody said, because someone that said that about getting a master's degree and a doctorate, and I'm like, that it made me so mad because I saw how much work my daughter put in
Mhm.
to get her bachelor's and her master's, and for them to say that they got that, and it's like,
when
What?
these
you got
on-
that in how much time? Because it's like,
when these
No.
online schools say all you have to do to get a doctorate degree is pay us X amount of dollars and write a 4,000 word thesis, and don't stress out about the thesis because it really doesn't matter what you write,
yeah.
and it's a legal degree.
Yeah. And
Like,
I
it's-
see, I
it's-
mean, like I said, I see how my daughter for her master's,
I can write
mean,
4,000 words in 2
grant
hours.
you, she did the fast pace part of it, and she
Yeah,
actually
still.
she got it from Arkansas. Arkansas State is where she got her master's, but
It's a legit credited
Yeah,
university.
and she literally, she had classes. She had classes that she had to attend, and to see that, but then to see these people that say, "Oh yeah, I worked so hard for 6 months," and I'm like,
When's the last time you saw a master's degree for $600?
"Yeah,
And
Yeah.
it was legit, buy one get one half off.
yeah."
So
and,
I
yeah,
mean, come on.
I know how much my daughter paid.
It
for her
drives me
master's
insane, and
now.
it's an insult to anybody that's actually got a legitimate
And the doctrine's even
master's.
worse.
Yes,
It's like,
here in the United States, and it might actually be a thing in the UK. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. There's no such thing as a Doctor of Divinity degree. It's an honorary degree. Like people
Yeah.
give you that. You don't have to do any coursework to call yourself a Doctor of Divinity.
and now my daughter works at
Notre Dame.
she works at Notre Dame. Yeah. So, if that's not a religious college, and and it's like you hear, but they don't have any, like, they have like theology, but not. Yeah, it's
One I'm really looking into, and I guess I'll tip my hat a little bit. I'm looking into,
so. Mark got an online certificate saying he's a priest. It cost him nothing.
yeah,
Yeah,
so do I.
he's ordained.
I'm the Pope.
He's the Pope
I've
of his own
already
church.
decided, like, why not? I'm ordained just like these other guys are. I'm not, screw that Archbishop. That's for babies.
Mhm.
I'm the Pope. It's that ridiculous.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to get in so much goddamn trouble for this. Go to a website, search the Order of Exorcists. It's Ron Enright. You look at the pictures of those
No.
people that are saying they're exorcists and tell me that they're not trying to be Russell Crowe, the Pope's exorcist. It's ridiculous.
Don, let's form a team that uncovers paranormal.
Oh, Don,
fraud.
if you got, dude, I'm all about that. Like, for real.
Yeah.
There's tons. Don, do you watch our YouTube channel?
You
That's
need
what
to
I've
start
been
watching-
doing
yeah,
recently.
that's what he's been doing. But
Don, go watch.
So I know something that you did, and you were so mad when you came home. Jeff helped someone out. Well, actually, he got paid to help somebody out.
I did.
I thought you got paid.
Go ahead and tell the story. I'll tell you.
And
if I did or didn't.
so he was doing some camera work, and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
so pissed.
We
when
really
he
have to be
came home.
careful on
Yeah,
this.
but he was so pissed when he came home.
I think
He
I was
was
paid
just-
hush money.
Yeah, and he was just like, he goes, "I will never do that again."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
He goes, "I don't even want my name to be associated with it."
This dude turned nothing into a fantastic 30+ minute video.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. It was not a legit investigation. But I I definitely got to be careful on that
Yeah.
because that dude lives in our town and blah, blah, blah.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Yep,
I
but
didn't
yeah,
say
this-
location.
this
I didn't
was-
say nothing. But it was like he was so mad. He goes,
Oh, I was pissed.
there was not one thing. And to see what what happened was just like,
There is an EVP in this video where it's legit a car from outside because we all talked about it when it happened.
yeah,
But nope, not in the video.
yeah.
That was, spirit talking.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Don, I think, might know the guy.
Don, you do know him. I promise you. I'll private message you. It's yeah, I'll private message you, Don.
But it's just crazy because, like I said, it just
I was pissed.
when
Like
I
said,
see,
he paid well.
yeah, he paid, but it was just like never again. He was like, I ain't
Yep,
doing that again. But it's just crazy because to see some of the stuff that people are, like I said, I can't even stand to watch it. Now, I do come out and I do enjoy kind of watching Jeff doing this stuff because maybe I need to take videos of him doing this stuff because when you see the behind the scenes of what he's doing sometimes, it's quite funny.
Half the time, let's be honest, I'm sitting here with
Wait,
this
yeah,
up
I was
here
gonna say
in my underwear.
he came walking around the corner the one day and he had a suit. He had his suit on and he had his underwear, socks, and his slides sandals on. Like,
Let's-
what
let's-
are you doing?
Let's play that.
I was like, Jeffrey.
It was when I was filming this stuff.
Just remember the most important thing is buy my shit.
So literally,
what I was
just
filming
imagine him with no pants on from that on. It was just like, yeah, that one kind of cracked me. That or I hear like weird things happening, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what is he doing?
I'll
And
sit out here and shout at the camera.
yeah, and I'll be like, what are you
And
doing?
then she'll say, "What?" I'll be like, "Quiet, I'm filming."
Yeah, we need to actually. Maybe I need to make a little sign that says
Yeah, I need
on
it
air. And so it flashes in the
Yep.
back room when you're on air, so I don't come out looking. Yeah, buy my shit.
This-
Yeah,
Don, this is so true. Like, there are legit people though that do YouTube content that are actual investigators. There's a lot of really, really good channels. Don, I don't know if you were in here earlier, but like, there's a lot of really, really good debunking channels out there. PSI, who is in here with us tonight, they're one of them. They debunk a lot of stuff. Look up Beardo Gets Scared. Look up The Shape. Parple, The World of Mr. Gray, Entity 7 Paranormal. I mean, they really opened up my eyes a lot. Because like I said earlier, that like, excuse me, I've watched all this stuff. I knew something wasn't right, but I didn't know what. And these guys really break this stuff down. And there are massive, massive channels that are making a lot of money putting out fake stuff. It's fake.
she's like, I'm here for the food. Come
Yeah.
on, give me some more food.
Yeah, buy my shit. I'm gonna have to like.
You know what?
I don't want to overdo
Okay.
that joke, but
If I would make a shirt,
yeah,
Would
we
people
need a
buy
shirt that says
that?
buy my shit.
would people buy that? Like literally, I have the capability of making those shirts.
Fuck, I'll buy one.
I'm actually getting ready to do an order of shirts right now. So if people would want to buy that, I would literally make that shirt, just for people to buy that shirt because it's like, oh my gosh, it's
The Spirit word generator talker app just said something. It said, and this is relevant because there's two of us in here.
okay.
It said, "Are you too scared?"
Yeah, I'm so
Hands
scared.
down, it's legit. We're haunted.
Yeah,
Call the priest.
but yeah. So if anybody would want,
Oh, we got the saw gun. We're good.
we're good. And we have holy water, so we're
Yes.
good.
Yep, we're good.
We got a squirt bottle. We can put the holy water in Boo's squirt bottle. We should be good. Yeah. So maybe that's the shirt I need to buy.
Yeah, I think that'll be my catchphrase. That'll probably appear in a lot of videos. Just
Yeah.
I don't want to overdo the joke, but I think it's funny. Buy my shit.
And it is funny because every once in a while I see a video and then all I see is buy my shit. And
Yep.
it's like,
I
okay.
just pop in.
So it is kind of funny.
Although I do need to work on my green screen
Yeah.
editing skills.
Well, we are gonna be working on that.
My green screen is wrinkled and it was in the dark. You really have to light them properly. I found
Yeah.
out.
So we're gonna use my heat press to clean that up.
Let's
But
play this one again too, where we brought Beardo into our last video.
oh,
So if you guys aren't watching our YouTube stuff, this is what you're missing.
I want your dentist to say, in the name of Jesus,
In the name of Jesus,
I break the curse
I break the curse
of death,
of death,
of Mammon,
of Mammon,
and Thor.
How did Beardo get brought into this? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so that's, I had to like, Beardo is, I'm definitely like a big fan of Beardo. You know, I know Candy knows who he is. PSI knows who he is. I don't know if anybody else does, but if you're not watching Beardo, you have to. He's a cool dude. He's spot on with his debunking stuff. Just go check him out. So, but yeah, I like I said, sorry, we're reading comments.
Don about the holy water. Actually, so we actually do keep holy water that has been blessed in the house, but yeah. I mean,
No, okay, so Don's asking a question. I don't think Don is I don't think Don is religious,
no.
which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, so you can get water blessed by a priest. That's
Yeah.
holy water and use it yourself. So that's,
Yeah, and I mean the reason, just because with some of the cases we do deal demonic, so we do
It's-
have it in our house now. Just
we should say some. We should say two.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
But there's some things that even you discussed that you're not a part of, and then even with you just
Yep.
discussing it brings it into the house. So we actually, weirdly enough, this is something that we did not until we didn't do this until we became part of the Warren Legacy Foundation.
Right.
We both carry some, because this was something that I mean
carry
basically
stuff now because of the first case.
yeah, because of the first case we had, but also Joe was really good about preparing us and telling us what we need to keep with us. And so now there's Boo. So now we actually always, wherever we go, we always have holy water. We both have rosaries, and the rosaries, it's just not any rosary. We had to have rosaries that were meaningful to us. With Jeff not being Catholic, it was like, I luckily had my my godfathers, and then I had my aunts and my grandmother, so we had a couple options. My mom, when she knew we needed these items, she was like, hey, here you guys go.
And I'm not Catholic, but I respect the tradition.
Yeah,
of
and
the
then
true Catholic Church, not
and
the,
then you actually, when you went to Notre
goofiness.
Dame, you picked out
yeah,
your own.
I bought one.
And now, actually, Jenna's going to get it blessed by one of the priests over at Notre Dame. But I mean, we carry those items. We carry certain prayers. We do carry with us. Certain coins we do carry with us. There are things that we keep with us now wherever we go that we didn't before. There's also randomly things around our house that are inside and out for protection.
I backed up and bumped into something.
Oh, I was like, what was
Yep,
that?
no, Boo is.
For protection. So we do those a lot.
Oh, is Mark leaving? Oh, yeah, it is 2 a.m. there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, thanks for watching, Mark. I appreciate you staying up so late. And I hope you get better, too. I don't want to make your business public, but you and I definitely need to chat.
Yeah, it's with Don. Yeah, some people wish with the holy water claiming to get rid of demons. It's not going to get rid of demons. It's just a form of protection. I mean, it's to help you ward off.
I mean, I do believe that you can protect your house with holy water.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, hello, we have it around us.
I
all the time.
think as far as demons go, like that's a whole show in itself, because I have a lot of, I don't think that you have to be a Catholic to get rid of demons.
No.
But I do think that you have to be a traditional Roman Catholic to be an exorcist.
Yes.
All these goofballs running around,
Yes.
part of the old Catholic Church, they call it. Okay, I started to say this earlier and I stopped. I didn't finish this point, but go look up. No, I did say it. The Order of Exorcists.
Yeah.
Look them up. It's Ronald Bishop, and they're all bishops, of course. But these guys, they haven't. So a true exorcist is a priest appointed by the Archbishop of the Catholic Church to have that ministry. But they are still priests. They still run a parish. They, you know, it's not all about exorcisms. But if you go to the Order of Exorcists, that website, that's all they do. They don't do any other kind of ministry other than exorcisms. That's it. So like they all just look goofy, dress goofy. They are trying to be Russell Crowe. Yeah. From the the Pope's Exorcist. So and okay, Amber, thanks for joining tonight, Amber. We've actually gone a long time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks for coming, Amber, Jason.
Yep, thanks for all the great ideas. If you have more, keep sending them.
Good to see you guys, and we will definitely talk to you soon. What did Don say? Don, don't get me talking about demons, God damn it. Oops, I didn't show it.
Awesome. Demons exist are more rare than people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's another pet peeve of mine with these YouTubers.
Real that's demon, what he just says too.
Real demon caught on tape. A demon nearly killed me. Demon trapped. I'll call them out. Twin Paranormal, Sam and Colby, Yasko. Like there's all these big channels, and I'm telling you, they're making a shit ton of money. They're making a lot of money. Yes, YouTube is all about the demons. And the sad thing is, they do it because the algorithm boosts your videos if you have that word in there. I won't do it unless I'm actually talking about the topic of demons.
Yeah.
I won't put it in there. So that's just my personal YouTube ethics.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Yes, Omar and CJ. Oh my God. I just recently looked into him, Candy, and he is a big offender. In fact, I made a short on him last night. So he put up, so CJ Faison has this haunted farm supposedly. He's selling dirt from it. He's selling all kinds of merch. Everything. He's another one that, like, within 30 minutes, 15 paranormal events happen. Like knocking, banging, throwing stuff, all this crazy shit. And it's like real investigators know it doesn't go that way. But so now he put up CCTVs in his farm, his haunted farm. I guess he was live for like 4 hours last night and absolutely nothing happened. It's like, and I predicted that. If they're not in there throwing shit around, nothing's going to happen in that damn house. Nope. And they've got this goofy, the worst Annabelle replica in the world in this stupid house, and they're saying it's haunted. It's crazy. Problem comes in, let's see what, I always like talking to Don. Mm-hmm. Don's got a very analytical brain. Yes, Don, almost every case we freaking get is that way.
And it's like when we talk to them, it's crazy because we almost with just talking to them can calm them down and get them to reverse that thought of that it's not haunted. You might not have all this negative that you think you have, because we can start saying, well, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? This. And then, I mean, you can talk them down that they're not freaking out because the stuff that we can explain the things that are happening and why they're happening. And I think it's like nobody else explains it. They just want to make them think that, especially when they want to have them pay money.
And 9 times out of 10 too, a paranormal team or a medium has told them that something very, very dark is haunting them and is in their house. 9 times out of 10. And you've got to, the biggest hurdle is talking them off that cliff. Mm-hmm. Because it's so hard to take that out of their head, and they're legit scared. They're not. It makes me so goddamn mad.
Yeah.
What did Candy say here? I think she's probably talking about CJ. Same with the group that actually rented his house or his not haunted farm. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I might have to look them up and check that out, because I've seen a lot of CJ's friends have gone there, and of course, Paranormal Activity has gone through the roof.
So what do you think about these people renting Airbnbs now too?
Yeah, so that's
that is so irritating because I mean they're ruining people's
and it's okay.
livelihood
I'll
for
call
some
out
part.
this channel too because they're not ever going to hear me because I'm nobody to them. Mindseed TV.
I gotta
They
go look.
go ahead, but they rent out Airbnbs. This has happened at least once, and this has been proven. I think Side Eye Guy did it, or maybe Beardo, or both, or the Shake. So they rented out an Airbnb, put it in a different state than what they were actually in. Created this backstory of this haunting of this family. Hired actors, and like the case that this debunker lays out, and I really think it's Side Eye Guy. But they hired actors to create this story. And then they get upset when people say that they're full of shit and when people debunk them and say that they're faking things. My opinion, once you fake something, like you're done. Everything you do, every piece of evidence that you present is sus at that point. So, Chris and Dylan, they both used to be. And I think, okay, here's something I suspect, and I can't prove this with Mindseed TV. I think there's a third guy that you will never ever see in their videos that is doing a lot of the activity that they're showing. So, like I said, I mean, my world has been blown up in the last 2-3 months with this debunking stuff. Kenny Biddle, he's another one. Go watch his stuff. I mean, this guy is he thinks ghosts are bullshit, all of it's bullcrap, which I don't agree with that. But when the dude debunks something, he lays out the case. Like, okay, hats off, you win. Court adjourned. I mean, that guy can lay out a freaking good case.
Right.
So I think we're starting to lose people. We should probably
Yeah.
try and wrap it up.
We're almost 2 hours.
That's a long one.
Uh,
Yeah, but I mean, we're nowhere near like Beardo territory. He does 3-4 hours at a time. These guys.
well, that one day when you were on with Joe, it was like, whoa. I mean, I went to bed.
Yeah.
Ow, ooh.
Another thing, no one gives us money like they do these other guys. I'm a little pissed off about that. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I've seen.
just see some of it. It's like that the salt guy.
Yeah,
It was like
he made over
What?
$250
You're-
doing a drunken live.
drinking for just drinking.
Yeah.
It was like, are you kidding me?
You guys,
Just remember the most important thing is buy my shit. Just remember the
I'm just kidding.
Better
I
buy
would
a
never
t-shirt.
ever. Yeah, no, I'll never ask.
No.
I don't do that. I'm not.
No.
I do this because we love to do it. It is a lot of work though. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
I mean, people don't realize how much time it takes to do a video. Because even for like a 15-minute video that Jeff puts out, I don't see him for hours
Or
or
days.
days. Like for the a few of them, I mean, literally, I sometimes have to come out and like you
But
gonna
it's-
come spend time with me because I mean, it will be.
But like I said, so the last one I did with the Bob Larson stuff. You guys have no idea how much video I have to watch to lay out my case. It's not just. It doesn't take 30 hours to edit. It
No.
takes half of that time is probably just watching stuff and recording what you
Recording,
want to
yeah.
get and say and writing the script and not script, but I mean writing out. Okay, I really need to bring this.
And
point.
then not having a studio, so then you have a green screen in your as soon
Yeah.
as you walk in your house, and you have equipment everywhere.
And this room is what 10,
This is a
12 by 12
a
maybe.
12 by 12, I think.
Like
yeah.
it's a small space. It's definitely not set up for
It's
recording.
yeah, but people don't realize how much it does take to do that.
Okay, Candy, she knows about YouTube stuff. Yeah, we're not even close to 1,000
Oh yeah,
subs.
no, and we're not complaining. We're not complaining. It's just
No,
funny
no.
because the one person constant's like, well, come on, give it to me, send me
Yeah.
some money, send me
Give me
money,
money.
send me. I mean, it's like we're not gonna. No, that's not why this is. This
And
is.
And I'm
stupid.
and I'm and I need to make this clear. I God bless everybody on YouTube and these other streaming platforms that are doing this and making money. I'm not.
That wasn't
on
the
that
intent.
at all. I mean, they work their asses off. I promise you. They're not just. They work hard.
Yeah.
These guys,
Oh,
Mindseed
yeah.
TV. I just kind of rip them a little bit, but I promise you, those guys put the hours in. They're not
But,
just. It's not just given to them.
I
They
mean, if
worked hard
that
to
would
get where they're
eventually
at.
happen, great. But that's not what this goal has
No.
been. This is Jeff's enjoyment is making videos, and it doesn't matter. I mean, he makes all kinds of like intro videos for our like when we do classes. He does things. I mean, he does videos for classes. He does videos for other people. I mean, so he likes making the videos. Hence why he got spoiled for Christmas and got a lot of like stuff to make the video, like computer stuff or camera stuff and that to make it easier to do some of the videos and that.
And it's all like for me, it's been because there's there's 3 really, really serious documentaries that I want to make. One of them involves, it's a fantastic story. We have paranormal, I'm not going to say evidence, I'm going to say interesting paranormal stuff happened at this location. But it involves, Toledo is rich in mob history back in the 1920s and Prohibition. And there was a lot of gangs
and we
here.
lived in the area
we lived in
that was very.
And we investigated a place. It's a restaurant now that, and I can't say the name, so
Nope.
don't say it. But it was originally the casino for one of the biggest guys that ran the gambling in Toledo. And we've got mafia-related like EVPs and things like that happened there. So like, I've spent just on that one. I shit you not. I have more than 100 hours at the Toledo Public Library. In a binder full of articles, the newspaper stories.
And
like,
I mean, we've got going to cemeteries.
Yep.
We've actually
we spent how
You
long did we
even
look
got-
for that grave?
oh my gosh, for hours.
We looked for one of the mob guys' graves, and it like wasn't where we thought it was, and we were like thinking somebody stole this thing, and the cemetery wouldn't tell us where it was at, but we eventually found it, and we did it by using pictures of the funeral in relation to the big building. And like,
and worked
I'm like,
ourselves.
we're in the wrong spot. They're saying it's here,
and so,
but
I mean, but it literally,
but we
because
found
we were literally looking up the funeral on our phones and piecing ourselves to get through the cemetery to find out. Because the only reason that we had some good access because I'm familiar with that cemetery because my grandparents and my great grandfather is buried there as well. So we actually know, I'm familiar with that cemetery and where things were at. So, I mean, that did help that we could find it a little bit better. But we have, but I mean, we've spent hours, but then we even went online and for Christmas, you even got casino chips.
Poker chips from
You got
these
poker
casinos.
chips from the casinos,
Yep.
from the different ones from this. But then it also ties into the Tenderloin district where Spaghetti Warehouse is. And we have issues, we've had things happen there. So, I mean, it's just really.
Harold's going to talk about that in his book. Him and I talked today, and he's like, I said, Harold, you got to mention the Tenderloin district. He's like, we don't have any proof. I'm like, Harold, I think he actually talked Amber into doing some research for him, but like, there's newspaper articles all over about it. Like we're not making this up.
No.
It was part of that thing back in the day.
Yeah.
We'll make one more point, then we are going to bail on this. Candy, yes. The fakers that are profiting off lies, that does drive me nuts.
That's
But
irritating.
I'm not making an excuse for this. I'm not saying this is acceptable in any way. But
You've had enough.
if you're a paranormal channel and nothing happens when you investigate, you're not gonna make money. That's how real investigations go. You'll do one where a couple things happen, but then 2 or 3 that absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's real. It's not like the Tits House where every other night there's banging, there's people being pulled out of beds and crazy stupid shit. So yes, he bugs me. He really does. I don't like that channel. So I mean, and I think too there's a difference between faking and getting things wrong. Because some people, there's knowingly faking, you're pulling strings, you're doing, masking and you're editing and shit like that. But then there's, okay, you've got a voice on a recorder, but you didn't completely debunk it properly, or, it's most likely your other team talking in the next room, or that's a possibility and you just didn't even go there.
Jeff gets mad when I do that to him when he gets excited when he's doing evidence. He goes, listen to this, listen to this. I'm like, yeah, I know. And he gets mad at me. I'm like, sorry.
It happens. I mean, but that's the thing too. Like I said earlier,
But it is funny because I used to be more, oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And now I'm like, when I listen, I'm like, yeah, no.
it is like I have very specific things in my head for what is evidence and what is interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't. So the voice we heard at the Century Tavern with our ears.
Yeah, with our ears. That
I mean, people can
and then
watch that
hearing
video.
that on a recorder,
Yeah.
but to hear it, to have 5 people in one dark room and everyone say, "Did you hear that?"
And that's where credibility is important because you have to trust that we didn't fake that. And if you assume that we didn't fake that, you tell me what the hell that is and how it worked.
Yeah.
That was an audible voice. It was right here behind
And
me.
it was caught on 2 recorders
And a camera.
And 5 people heard
Right.
it live.
Yep.
And you can hear all of our
And that's happened to
reactions
me a
on the
couple
cameras.
times. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you tell me how that's not evidence. Although I still don't know that I put that in the evidence category.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was just, it
Yep.
was, yeah.
let's see. Make it more interesting by telling us the stories of things that actually happened there or the history of the place.
No,
Are you
it's
talking
funny.
like the tit or sorry, Lee?
I
You
was
don't know
gonna
who the
say,
tit
no.
is.
Like for us, I mean, a lot of times we might give some background of the,
Oh no, we're going to when we do that mafia story.
yeah, when we do that.
That
But
is
I'm
a
saying even
rich
when we
in
do
history.
some of our like documentary kind of stuff,
Mhm.
we'll give background of the location. I mean, a little bit like at Spaghetti Warehouse, because we
Yeah.
do have a video posted. So we did give that it was part of the Tenderloin area where there was a lot of prostitution going on.
Mhm.
And so, because like the experience I had, we're thinking that it was probably a lot of these prostitutes' children were the ones that were coming to me, and that there was one mean person, one mean
Mhm.
female that was
Something
the ones that
holding them or in
watching them,
charge,
that
yep.
was watching them and kept them in line and kept them quiet, and that they were scared of this person.
Yep.
But also seeing stuff in the basement, we I mean, it made a lot of sense because there was tunnels down there that basically led, and which weird is because I don't know if I told you this, but recently they there's been something like in Toledo, like back when the Tenderloin was around, basically you could get from any point in downtown Toledo to any other point through the sewer system, which was like a tunnel.
Yeah.
It's now
And that-
sewer system, but it was a tunnel
In the
that you
Tenderloin
can go
district,
anywhere.
the Tenderloin district was basically a part of downtown Toledo back in the 1920s that anything was allowed. The cops just whatever
It
you
just
guys.
nobody, the cops didn't even go there.
Yep, you guys, this is your territory, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys,
And it wasn't a very big area.
No.
It's like a 1-block area, but
no, it's bigger than that.
is it?
But the Spaghetti Warehouse is definitely.
But
in
it
that.
yeah, but it was not like you could pretty much get away with
Yep.
anything there. And I'm sure there was murders there, and you would never have even known it because
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they didn't even go to that area.
Drugs, gambling,
Gambling,
prostitution.
yeah,
all that
I'm
shit.
sure there was a
Yep.
lot of mob.
But I love the interest in history that I have come upon because of this paranormal stuff that we do.
Yeah, well, and
there's-
like I said,
I
though,
love
it's-
love looking into the backstories on
It's
places.
kind of nice though, because where we live, because actually in the river that's right down the street from us, they actually found a Billy gun or something.
No, well, Jack Kennedy
Yeah,
was murdered
yeah,
on Edgewater,
yeah. So not that far, not
But
even
right-
a mile from us.
but real close to us is where they found the weapon because
Yeah.
the guys that shot him threw the gun in the
Okay.
river.
And they just and I mean,
And
it's
some
not been
kids found
recent.
it.
Yeah, some kids fishing
Yeah.
found the gun.
Yep.
But we have like even the bootlegging. There's a bunch of
Tons
docks,
of it here.
but tons of people that
'Cause
are on
we
the
live-
lakeside.
Yep.
They actually have docks that go out, and they actually would have nobody would like nowadays when people would move in, they're like, why do I have these pipes coming into my house from my docks? And people are like, that's from bootlegging, and they're like, what?
Yep.
I mean, it's like, yeah,
And
but
there
even
are-
in Luna Pier,
Yeah.
they're same thing.
Well,
Lots
'cause
of
we live-
bootlegging.
So we live on Lake Erie, which borders Canada. So a lot of Canadian booze was coming into Toledo through our area, and
Yeah.
there's places that I can't talk about because we're not allowed to say this, but we've investigated places that were major hubs, and they know it, but they just don't want to talk about it because it's bad for their current business.
Yeah.
But they were major hubs for Canadian booze.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's
But even I mean, even finding some of the old clubs, like where they were at.
oh my god, there was
'Cause there was,
tons of
like,
gambling
here
here at Point.
In Point Place, there was because the area that we live across the river. It's called Point Place, but it's, I mean,
Mhm.
it's all. It used to be like more summertime cottages, but people live here year round.
And a lot of the mobsters from Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus, Indy,
Telegraph.
Chicago, they all met here in Toledo because they wouldn't get harassed.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys would come to Toledo specifically to gamble because they didn't want to be harassed by
But
the
even
cops
by
and all this
our
other
zoo
shit. So
on the Maumee River, there were
Yeah.
some casinos over there too that
they were
has some,
everywhere.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I
It
got
was-
a book. I got a book that like when Jenna got me the casino chips for
Mhm.
Christmas from some of these casinos, and they're actual chips. But I bought a book that has them listed. They were everywhere. It was.
But
it's
even like
crazy.
here in Point Place area, I mean, you can see where people. I mean, there was so many different fronts, like storefronts and everything that they would use, and it's like they're not here now. But
Yeah.
like some of the businesses are still here, but like those buildings, and they're not. I mean,
Yep.
people would never know like the history of them because people don't tell a lot of that history.
And Candy, that's a good point. So one of the teams that I watch that really does that is the Ouija Brothers. They're a UK team. They really, and people kind of, I guess, recently have knocked them for telling the backstories. It's like, and what they say is that we focus on the backstories because not much happens when we investigate. In this mafia place that we're talking about, we've been there multiple times, so it's not like we went there for a night and got five
No.
pieces of
And
evidence.
I've
Like
gone
we've
there.
gone there
And
many
I've
times
gone there.
just to get a few
And
things.
yeah, and I've gone there. The first time I went there, I mean, because I didn't get a lot of the history of the place,
Yeah, watch
but
them.
yeah, but I didn't get a lot of the history of the place. So what I did when I went there, it was funny because I went to the bathroom, like I just kept
See you,
feeling,
Kelly. Thanks for joining.
I just kept feeling like somebody was watching me,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, that's one of the claims here." And
It's
I'm like, "Oh."
it's a really, really cool place, and like I said, we do have
It-
interesting
yeah.
paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
So that's, but I need to get to a certain skill level in my editing and stuff like that before I actually put this out.
Yeah.
And it's just in my brain, it's not done yet. So someday it will be.
Yep.
Hopefully before I die.
It's on his bucket
Yep.
list.
So we got to wrap this up. It's been 2 hours. So again, thanks everybody for watching. I know we had a lot of long-term watchers. Like I appreciate that. That's cool. And same with all the new subs and people liking the videos and stuff. I like that means a lot to me, even though number-wise it's small compared to a lot of other YouTube channels. Blah blah blah. I appreciate too the bigger channels that will talk to you if you make a comment or send them a message. I sent Beardo a message today, and he replied to it. I told him to watch a chunk. It's that bit that I
Yeah.
played where he's in it. Just check it out. It's funny. I think he'll like it. I think he'll laugh. But I sent it to him, watch that, and he's like, I will check it out, but I know he's busy tonight. So,
Yeah.
But these guys will talk to you if you message them. The Shape replied to a comment that I made the other day that was, it's all cool. These guys they're good people. It's a good community to be a part of. We don't always agree on everything. But
it's okay because it's funny because there's a big chunk that even if you guys don't agree, it's
Yeah.
like it's okay if we don't agree. That's
Yep.
fine. That's opinion. But then you have the other ones that call you a dickhead because they don't agree with what
Yep.
you said.
Yep. So it's all good. Thanks everybody for joining. And
Yeah.
we will-
We make sure you do check out our TikTok. There's only 2 videos on there, but we're working on that. But do subscribe to our TikTok now. It's Boo Productions Paranormal Toledo. So we do have that up. We have the Facebook,
Yep.
YouTube. We're trying to make it so all our pictures match, which I noticed the YouTube picture does not match yet, the rest of them. So we're trying to get everything since the hacking of the accounts. We're
Yeah.
trying to get everything
we lost
back.
a lot of stuff when Dana got hacked.
Yeah, so we're trying to get everything back up and going,
Mhm.
and so hopefully we'll get some more of those
And we
subscribers
got
and
it.
more videos.
Okay, I keep saying we're going to wrap it up, but I'm going to say this. I really want to book the Monroe House. It's where Matt and Joe did their next documentary that's coming out. I really want to go there. We got to get out and do something soon.
Yeah.
I feel
But
like
we also
all
have to get ready to go to Germany.
yeah,
so.
I get stuck doing all these residential cases, and I don't say stuck like in a bad way because that's very, very important.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
we
not.
haven't really gone out to do
That's
an
not ghost
investigation.
hunting, and
Yeah.
I just want to go out for fun.
Yeah.
So we got to do that soon. All right, thanks everybody for joining, and we will. This is that awkward part where
We
you
don't know
click
what to
end
do.
stream and it